Hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday Live with Alan and Greg and our guest, Kat, the ginger bibliophile. So,
Thank
if
you all for
you're
having
in
me.
the chat room, you can drop in and say hello. We have Jess Book Girl TV. Hello, Jess.
Hey, Jess.
I did Jess's challenge.
Sorry about that. Damn it.
The page challenge or the paragraph challenge where you pick out number of books. That's going to go live tomorrow morning at 8.
Damn, Greg, I was going to tag you.
Number of books. Alan, I tagged you in that one. So 8.
Damn, Greg, I was going to tag you.
Alan, I tagged you in that one. So 8. I guess he's playing our
Hi, Bad.
background. He's getting an echo.
Yeah, you should see the other side of this table. It's all wires for guitar recording. I was doing stuff, but I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were.
I was saying, Alan, I tagged you in my version.
Oh, well, Pat's tagged me, and then I think somebody else tagged me too. That's a really cool tag, though.
It's a cool one.
Yeah.
Mine's slightly different. But you'll see tomorrow. I broke the rules just a little bit.
How so?
You'll have to figure out how I broke the rules.
All right.
Let some suspense work its way in. And Bad, you were also tagged in my video.
TBR down there's my TBR.
Because Bad is here. He says hi, everyone.
I was going to tag Bad too. Damn it.
Hi, Kat.
I will attempt to teach you belly dancing.
Teach me how to belly dance. I wonder if I can get a succubi belly dance outfit.
Who said that, Bad? Yeah. Yeah. You guys should do like some kind of video like that with Renee editing it. You guys could do a really cool video. Can you imagine that, Greg?
I can.
I can too.
Jess, it's actually
it would be fun. I need to do belly dance outfits. I'm out of them.
I did mention in my video that it was created by Allie, but I'm responding not to her. I'm responding to you and Pat mostly. Hey, William.
Hey, William.
Hey, William.
Dave and Olive are here.
Hey, Dave.
Well, always chaos.
What? Yeah. We were talking about the chaos just before we went live.
Chaos.
Do we want a structured live, or do we want chaos? We all voted for the chaos.
Oh, wow.
Even if, Jenny isn't here yet. That's my chaos twin. And I don't see the gremlins, but they might be in bed.
I wouldn't wish my chaos in the 90s on anybody. Boy.
The 90s, I was so mostly innocent.
Hello, Pat. What is Bad says? I had a great day. It was rather interesting. How is everyone's day today? Any good reads? Well, Bad, we're going to get to that in a minute or two. I've gotten some criticism in the past that we jump into the books so quick that people who are late say, I wanted to hear about the books and you're all done. So let's wait till about the 10-minute mark, 15-minute mark, just to get people all primed and ready, because I've got at least one doozy of a book, one that I'm sure no one has read. We'll see what will come.
I got one.
I'm real curious.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get the suspense going so people don't leave the chat early. Things like what was he talking about?
We'll just have to have a group belly dance session. One of these days, I'll do a live, everyone dress up, and we'll all do a couple moves.
Yeah, Dave. If Alan's belly dancing, I'm gonna do what's that Shakespeare play where they take out their eye like out vile jelly?
Well, I could show some of my tattoos if I took my shirt off. But
I
wore the shirt for you.
The ones that cover everything with the fringe.
I wore the shirt for you, Kat. I wore this my dragon shirt for Kat.
Awesome.
I was going to wear something else, but there might be a wardrobe change later in the show.
That's okay. I'm being wicked today.
I
my
do
hair
have
was
something.
still drying, so
I do have something on my T-shirt, which I got in Aruba. So let me step.
Okay, cool. I did read Wicked, the book, when it came out.
I have actually never read it. I just saw the shirt and was like, "Ooh, Halloween! I like it."
Yeah.
Let me see if this is this. You can read this.
It looks kind of cool.
I can't read it, but it looks awesome.
Yeah, it
Tell me
does.
you can read the lines.
No, we can't.
You can't.
No.
Oh well.
No, it looks like you're getting ready to give somebody a lap.
No. All it is
Spicy
Like
in here.
drums.
is
Drum.
a pirate skeleton with a pirate dog skeleton,
Oh.
and all it says is we're going to sit here and drink beer until we understand women.
Ah. Yeah.
Good luck. We don't understand us.
Yeah, like
tell
I
us
said,
what you read
my
and give us
chaos
books
in the
and food.
90s. Like I said, my chaos in the 90s. Yeah. What's your shirt?
Another no vote for Dallin belly dancing. Hello, Hannah.
What? Come on, man. What?
Hi, Hannah. Hi,
Um,
Elaine.
Let's bet here and get Ellen to belly dance. I have $5 on the table. Oh no, no, no,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
no.
in the complex
Remember,
here.
I have the ability to kick a guest from the
Oh.
live show.
I thought I was co-host.
You are, but I have the ability to boot anyone.
Oh yeah, that's
Hello,
Zoom I'm thinking about
Elaine.
too. This is streaming. Or I'm thinking about Zoom.
Elaine's here.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not cheap like that. 5. I won't do it for 5.
Well, now it's 10 because Dave's getting in on it.
Yeah, 10. I don't know. I'll think about it. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. You know.
Yeah, all right.
William.
All right.
I love that
So-
sweatshirt.
Let's go back to question. Someone asked, like, how's everyone doing? Are we having a spectacular day so far? At least mine's basically over, but
Mine
shut
has
up at
gotten
1.
better.
What was that, Kat?
Then mine has definitely gotten better now that I'm
good.
home. I've got books. We're gonna
Yes.
tease it with what is it?
But did you have to work?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But I didn't hit anyone, so that counts as a win.
Did
That
you
was
hit
very
anyone?
hard to do.
Success. It's a success. So I'm just getting started.
Yeah, I found my, I'm retired, but I found my days are just incredibly busy. You get up and you feed the pets and you putz around a little bit on YouTube, get caught up with some videos, and I made my own video, then I edited it, and I look at my watch and said, how is it 1:30 already?
Yeah.
Did you get in a nap at least?
No, I did
No
not
nap
get a nap today. Usually I do have some naps. So
I've got a morning routine I've been doing for like over a year. I meet some people on Zoom at 5 a.m. in Ireland, and then I watch The View that with Whoopi Goldberg and everybody. I've been watching that for decades, and then I watch General Hospital at 1. Been watching that for 40 plus years. But I'm doing other stuff at the same time. I don't sit there and watch General Hospital like this, or I'm doing multitasking for sure.
I used to watch that.
General Hospital, GH.
I blame my brother on it, of all people. He started watching it because he liked, I thought one of the actresses was hot. Because
Yeah.
my mom ruined his telenovelas, pointing out that the girl he was crushing on had a unibrow. So he had
Yeah.
to find something else.
It's like soft porn half the time now. My grandmother turned me on to it 40 years ago. She'd be, well, who knows? She might be liking it, but it's a wild story. I can skip it for years and come right back and catch up. But there's a mobster in it. It's people give me shit about liking it, but man, there's a serial killer just got caught and stuff. And they're killing off popular characters. It's like, WTF, what? It's very dramatic, Greg.
mhm. So Bad is having a super duper fantastic hell of a day.
Wow.
Nice.
That's cool.
Man.
Gotta have a great day now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I chat with Dad at nighttime on Voxer a lot.
So Elaine says, so far so great. Current 6'4" standing in my yard.
So none of the snow has melted then, I take
Oh my
it.
God. Wow, Elaine.
Oh, she's saying she has 6 feet and 4 inches of snow in her yard.
I know, it's crazy.
When she goes and stands out in it, that's how tall she is now.
Yeah,
so she can look down at our int.
Yeah, up in Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Dad.
And Dave says, Greg, you're wondering how you ever had time to work? I do.
I
My
know.
wife is wondering how she ever had time to work. She's so busy doing her other stuff. It's like, how did I squeeze in these 9-hour days, sit in front of the computer, just typing away or whatever?
Yeah.
And I have a theory is that when you have less time, you're more focused on using that time wisely.
Yes.
Because I just get up and say, I can putz around on my phone and look at a few YouTube videos and not worry about it. And when I was working, what I did, because I was a computer programmer, and I'm going to give you a hint, you can watch YouTube videos and program on a computer at the same time.
Right.
And neither one suffers too much. Most of it. Sometimes you have to pay attention to programming, but you could usually get away with watching YouTube videos while I was working.
I don't know. Me and programming, I tried it for a few years. I couldn't cheat and still get that to work for me.
Oh, it's easy. All you do is look at Google and say, how do you do, at least I did back then. Say, Google, look for the program. You see it. You plug it into your terminal, and you change the stuff that needs to be changed, and you're done.
I would think I was doing that, and it would go, no, your brain said this is this, but I disagree. And so me and the computer would get into a fight. Now I leave all coding to Daddy.
I get into fights with inanimate objects, but I do with my phone or computer.
Oh, I fought a locker once because I was having a really bad day at work and forgot my combination. The locker won. And
I have to jump ahead on the comments here. Here's James at Quaint and Curious Volumes, also a computer programmer, can confirm. Let's see a couple more. Let's finish a couple of comments, then we're going to go into what we've been reading. So Bad says, Dave, you must read Succubi, Man. It's delicious fun by Edward Lee. Well, we're reading Bad and I. And Edward Lee.
I've heard of Edward Lee.
Well, we might get to Edward Lee in a bit. At least we will next week when I talk about the book. But I'm still reading that. Bell's been watching Saved by the Bell.
That's a good
Dad's
one.
been watching Saved by the Bell.
That's my childhood.
I was too old by the time that came out. Cat has it. A foot of snow in some places, 2 feet, has been melting today. Phew, no basement flooding this year.
Woo! Yay for no flooding.
Basement flooding. Cobalt put pictures in my community posts. Crazy how much snow, even for here.
Nice.
I have to say hi to Diane. Missed her. Hi, Diane. And William is planning on quitting my job before the end of the year. Never tried to apply for a new job before. Dad gave me current job. Well, William, it's something you got to do sometimes. Okay, Kat. We're at 13 minutes. We can safely talk about the books now. And as the guest, you get to talk about your books first.
Well, I've got a bunch of them going, but the main one I'm really excited about, this came in today. It's The Last in the Moonfall trilogy by James Rollins. Usually he writes action novels like Sigma Force, but this is a Dragon of Black Glass.
Oh, wow.
The last one came out in February of 2023. So I've been waiting for this one for a while.
Yeah,
so I might have to sleep tonight.
James Rollins wrote a lot of thrillers.
Yeah, Ken and I've talked about him.
He used to be a veterinarian, I think, didn't he?
Yep, in Sacramento. And then now he always does freaking book signings. Anytime it's near me, it's always 3 hours away on a Tuesday, as if I have vacation to take that many days off. So kind of rude. He's still on my bucket list to get to meet him. But
didn't he write a Templar book? Didn't he write a Templar book? A Templar, like called the Black Templars?
I don't think so.
Jack Rollins, I believe I read a book like that by him.
them.
Go ahead, though.
I can
I'll
see
just-
my entire shelf from here. They might have been somewhat in one, but he hasn't done anything specifically Templars. So I do have like 4 other authors that have.
Oh, I can think
They've
of a
been mixed
couple
in.
authors who've done books on Templars. So
Yeah. I just finished one, and then I picked up another one by Paul Christopher. That's something, he has a whole Templar series. So I got this one to start. I was reading Book of Fate. I got about halfway through, and then obviously this is getting put down because this is 600 pages, and I need to read this first.
okay.
And then, of course, I'm still doing the Grimm's Fairy Tales, but reading y'all one a week, I still got like 4 years left in that book. It ain't going nowhere anytime soon. And I've been trying to read Count of Monte Cristo. I will admit, I started just skimming huge chunks of it. Yeah, all the politics and junk was not put me in the mood.
Jack Brown.
But then my Holden Libby came up because I've been kind of getting into the Greek mythology. And
Really? I have a
think
book for you.
it was Auntie Clara, I think, was the one that recently mentioned it. But also Adriana over at Carbon Bonded Books is huge into it and mentioned Hera from Jennifer Saint, and my library actually had that.
Well, Kat,
it has to go back, so I've been reading it.
You want to hold on until I talk about one of the books that I read.
Ooh. So those are the ones I'm into now. This is getting devoured first.
Okay.
Way too excited.
That's good. Good to be excited about a new book.
Mm-hmm. Me and Bezos were going to have a fight if this wasn't waiting on my porch when I got home today. I pre-ordered it back in December. And they're like, well, it'll be there on the 24th. It still had not shipped when I went to bed last night. They're lucky there was a warehouse, or I guess, next city over, because they're like, it's actually 45 minutes away. It just hasn't moved.
People give a lot of criticism to Amazon, but they're really good at distribution of items.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, the night before, I'm expecting an item. They said, it'll be delivered on Tuesday. And you look at Monday and it says, hasn't been shipped yet. And then like 3 a.m., your item's been shipped. And then it shows up your day, you know.
Yeah, they often surprise me with it early. I'm expecting it Wednesday. It'll be here Monday. It's here like Monday or something. Yeah, I return a lot of things. I like the easy return. Go ahead, Kat.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that happen occasionally, usually with like the dog food subscriptions. Otherwise, they are on time or slightly late. So I'm glad yours usually shows up early.
It's Portland, though. You know, it's, I don't know. We have a Amazon locker downstairs where I live. I mean, in my apartment complex, it's real convenient. I love getting stuff in the mail ever since I was a wee lad. Went home from school, you know, is it here yet?
Yeah.
Nice.
So any more books, Kat?
No, those are all my current reads. I will have some more coming up because me and Elaine are going to start reading Interview with the Vampire next month.
Okay.
And read through that whole Anne Rice series, but
yeah, I love her.
Yet.
I met her in Phoenix at a book signing with 1,000 other people, but she was really cool. And I'm trying to remember the tour it was. I think it was last year, but about a hardcover. She signed it to my name, inscribed it, but she signed other of her books that people would bring. But yeah, the line was around the block.
Excuse me.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I like her. I read a lot of her stuff, not the new stuff, but yeah, she was really cool lady.
Yeah, the new stuff is interesting. Like, she kind of went completely off the rails for a while with
went to Jesus and that.
Blood and Gold was a little out there.
Like Jesus books too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and you could definitely tell when she went to that, and then when she came back, like the writing style was not the same. It took her a couple books to kind of get back into that.
Have you ever read her erotica stuff?
I read one. Yeah, that's not my kind of book. Usually, like the vampires on their own already have enough of that.
True.
This was how do we I read a quarter of one of the Sleeping Beauty books that we're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
right.
did some other ones under her actual name. She wrote Belinda.
I didn't read that one, but the Sleeping Beauty ones, let's just say, had a particular bent to them. And I said, I'll just read something else.
So she started the fairy tale smut. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay. I would think
Let's
you would
say
like
hi
that,
to
Greg.
Brian before I get
I
too
think
far
you would like that.
behind. Hi, Brian.
Hey, Rage Biscuit in the house.
Yeah,
Who's
Rage.
Biscuit.
Rage
Dave, my
Biscuit.
daughter almost knocked me over rushing to the door when Amazon delivered Onyx Worm at 9 p.m. on release day.
I wanted this on release day, but not for an extra $11 when I only paid $27 to begin with.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's just wrong.
All right, so let's catch up on some comments. Jess met Anne Rice at a local bookstore signing.
Yeah,
she
so
was
you know
really
what?
nice, and I asked her for some writing advice.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Mild Rumpus is here all the way from New York City.
Rumpus.
New York City. Hey, Rumpus.
Liminal Spaces. Read so much Anne Rice in the 90s and loved it. Might be a time for a reread soon.
I like the third book in that trilogy.
This is your son.
I read about a quarter of the first Sleeping Beauty book as well.
You know, in that vampire series, I like the third book, Tale of the Body Thief, a lot.
That's the fourth one. Queen of the Damned was third.
We're like, he gets the human qualities back for a while. So, and he really enjoys the, eating and evacuating and all the little things in life, That was a good book. I still remember.
That was actually my favorite too. Nice.
All right. So Alan, what have you been reading?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nah.
All right.
I have a few books. I have one book that might surprise people. It's Robin Hobb's Assassin's Apprentice. It's one of a trilogy. It was really popular, I guess. It came out in 2010. And Pat turned me on with it. Pat, book chat with Pat. We were buddy reading it just to get out of the Trump all the time. Because that's why I spend a lot of time watching like cat and dog interaction videos or shorts. And then I'm still doing the Trump stuff. So I'm reading that.
I don't watch any Trump videos.
I know.
It's too much.
It's your
I already got to work with that.
But Greg knows what I mean. He used to watch them last year, different like Midas Touch and Occupy Democrats. And I like HIP. I've had it. Those two ladies. Anyway, then I'm keeping up with, I'm already, I think, a little ahead with y'all in the Brothers K group.
Yeah, I finished book 5 and I got to start up book 6.
Yeah, I'm up to 7, but because I try to put it down,
I know there are some people in the group are struggling with this book.
Yeah.
I think the
not as much as
religious and philosophical questions that he raises in book 5.
Yeah.
Really get to people. Now you never read Brothers Karamazov, Kat, have you?
No, I never heard of it till y'all.
Okay.
I can't even pronounce that very well.
Me neither.
Karamazov or Karamazov, depending if you're a real pronunciation snob. But yeah, it's not going the way I thought it would, the discussion, because it's just such a complicated. It's in some ways it's more complicated than Ulysses, just because the interaction of the characters and all these ideas are just throwing out. So, okay. Anything else, Alan? Before?
Yeah, a lot more. I'm let's see. Well, I did that video on Robert Anton Wilson. So I've been reading and listening to stuff on him just to get ready for Finnegan's Wake, and that doesn't even start till March. But I did, like I said to Roy, don't threaten me with a good time, to get back into Finnegan's Wake. I'm starting this with Maeve at Maeve Ever. She's kind of a new booktuber, but we're doing middle March in March.
March is middle March.
Yeah. And I guess, I mentioned that I'm trying to keep up with Borges. Where are you at in that, Greg? The Maker?
I just finished the section of very short stories.
The Maker.
No, it's like Borges and I was the best of the.
Yeah, it's in The Maker.
The Maker.
Yeah.
Finished that one. About 350 pages in, something like that.
Right. I look forward to getting to that. That looks really neat. So, God, it seems like I'm reading more because and then I started that. And that's bringing.
Oh, you're joining. Yeah, that's right. You're joining back in it.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to start that in March.
Yeah.
Good luck. That was a hard read.
Really? Well, yeah. I mean that. Yeah, I'm remembering reading. It's so good. I think I've read it like twice before, but so it's in my memory. But that one character, the wife beater, that was really rough, and I remembered him. So I can't remember what happens to him, but I have an idea what might. So yeah, I think that's all for March. It seems like I'm busier than when I lay it out. It seems like that's not a whole lot, but
okay. Yeah. Let me hold up a book that I don't think many people have heard of or have read. Un Semaine de Bonté.
Oh yeah, it's
no idea.
It's a French title. It means a week of goodness or a week of kindness, depending on how you want to translate it. And it's a surrealist novel in collage by Max Ernst. He was a German artist. What's interesting about this book is there is no words in this book.
What?
Every page is a picture. And it's collage. Now I have to be careful about which page I hold up because let's just say he's not afraid to show body parts that normally would be covered in polite society. And he doesn't bother. I mean, it's not excessive. It's not graphic or sexual. It's just they're not wearing anything. So it's interesting. There's no real story to this. It's just bizarre pictures, and there's people with like bird heads and people with wings and that kind of stuff. So I've read it before, but I decided, I had my Read What You Own challenge, and I said, I can read. I mean, it counts as a book reading, so it counts. But I also wanted to count it because I was looking to read something from an author from Germany, just to boost some statistics I'm looking at. So it's an interesting read. If you ever see it, grab it. It's just a fascinating thing. It'll take you maybe 2 hours to read this book if you just look at each page carefully. So it's kind of fun. Okay, Kat, you were talking about this author earlier because I just read Ariadne by Jennifer Saint.
Nice.
This was a gift from Lee Kemper. She sometimes shows up in these chat rooms. So I was really hoping she'd show up today. So I can say,
hi, Lee.
You sent me, Lee. I read it. And she sent it to me like 3 or 4 months ago, maybe longer. So it's like, that's how long my backup is.
That's all?
But Ariadne, if you don't know your Greek myths, is the woman that gave Theseus the yarn to go through the labyrinth and kill the Minotaur. And I'm not giving a huge spoiler, but the Minotaur does not feature heavily in this. I really thought it'd be a lot about the Minotaur, but no, he's a very minor incident in this book. This is Jennifer Saint's first novel, and she said in the afterwards, because she's a professor. How do they describe it in the back? Owing to a lifelong fascination with ancient Greek mythology, she studied classics at King's College London, and she teaches somewhere in London about like ancient history. What she mentions is that women don't really feature in ancient history or Greek mythology all that often. And she says, I want to tell a story about Ariadne and Phaedra, the two sisters, and tell their story. Now, don't know enough Greek mythology to say how close she stuck to Greek mythology, but the setting's there, the gods are there, but she's mostly telling the story of two sisters. That would be appealing to a lot of modern women. I liked it well enough, but you read this, I said, this really was a novel intended for a female audience.
Oh, yeah.
But it's good enough. Since Lee sent this to me, I guess this was an ex-library copy. I'm going to have to send this book to someone. If you are in the chat room and you want this book, and you live somewhere where I can send it media mail, it's yours. If no one volunteers and wants this book, I think I'm going to stick it in a little free library so someone else can pick it up and enjoy this interesting take on Greek mythology featuring women.
Lee's in the chat, by the way.
Is she in the chat?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Lee,
yeah.
thank you. I have more Lee.
I've been trying to tell you that.
Another author I found similar is Hannah Lynn. She also did a couple of mythological retellings that are more of a feminist take.
Which one is this?
Hannah Lynn. I found her on it was like a Kindle Unlimited recommendation, and she had 3 of them, and one of them was Ariadne's story, and then we got the Amazons, and I forget what the third one was, but I remember them all being kind of along the same lines and fairly fun.
So Lee, I want to thank you for this biography of Pliny. This is The Shadow of Vesuvius, Life of Pliny by Daisy Dunn. See, Alan, both of us have this copy. Plus, Lee, I got the Argo and the Jason. I've not heard of this author before, but I can now explore some more stories of Greek myth. So, Lee, thank you so much for that wonderful gift.
Yeah, thanks, Lee.
Awesome.
Let's make sure I didn't skip any comments. I probably have, but I'll get back to them. And one of the book I want to talk about is a book that I reread. It is one of the most intriguing and fascinating books by a female author that I've ever read. I don't think there's another book like it. Alan, you know which book I'm going to hold up, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Clarice.
Clarice Lispector. The Passion According to G.H.
She goes by Clarice because in interviews, Una pointed it out to us. And
when we talked to oh gosh, she's from Portugal.
Raz?
No, books, knitting, and other stuff.
Oh, Christina.
She says Clarice.
Oh, well, there's interviews with her. She's saying Clarice. Una sent them to me.
Okay.
Oh, that's why we call her Clarice, but that's neither here nor there, I guess. It's like saying Van Gogh, you know. Is that WTF are you going on about, you know?
Okay.
But yeah, I like that.
So the premise of this is there's a famous female sculptress. She has a fancy apartment somewhere in Brazil, you presume. She used to have a housemaid, and the housemaid is left. And she walks
Rich.
into the housemaid's private room, and it's all cleaned up. And then she opens a closet, and she sees a cockroach.
The cucaracha.
And seeing this cockroach just sends her on this amazing existential crisis of thoughts.
Introspection.
And it's like, now, there's no other plot. This is all her thoughts. This is all her reaction to the universe, to God, to life, the meaning, and everything upon seeing this cockroach. And it contains what people call the most disturbing scene in all Portuguese literature. And I'm not going to tell you what that scene is.
Yeah, she makes love to the cockroach.
Alan, do not say anything about that scene.
No, she doesn't, Kat. I'm kidding.
Just don't. Just
It has
say
nothing
you
to
want
do
to
with
find
it.
out. You have to read it. It is completely fascinating. The second time I've read it, I think I understand it less the second time because I'm getting to the point where I'm understanding how deep this novel is going, and I've got to read it again probably next year. So really fantastic book. But
Yeah, short one.
you're not going to read this for a story or a plot or action adventure. It's just all thought and philosophy and that sort of
No romance. Not
Nope.
much romance in it.
Nope. So that's basically some of the stuff that I have been reading.
Yeah, I like Lispector a lot. I was mentioning Raz and Una because we were with some other people just a few years ago. But we kept it alive for a couple of years. We were reading Lispector books, novels, and talking about them. But yeah, I'll go back to her for sure.
Yeah, I'm very tempted to have a Lispector book group next year where you read all of her novels available in English. I think there's about 8
Oh, more than that. I'm
in
up there.
English.
Oh yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 myself.
I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books listed in here as available.
Oh
Plus
yeah,
a collection of short stories. That's 8. So
yeah. I've only
Who
got
knows?
like 3 of those. I got like Aqua Viva, then I've got Nearer to the Wild Heart, which is a James Joyce quote, and Passion. But I've got all kinds of others.
all right.
Nice.
So let's get through some of these comments. Rumpus, I enjoy Anne Rice. Read her Spunny books as well as her vampire books.
Wow.
People saying hi. Unstoppable, Cry Heaven. Have you read it? I have not. Anyone? Have you read
Nope.
Cry Heaven?
I've not.
Heard of it, never actually picked it up though.
Did you see Unstoppable? She makes comments all the time.
Also toured the orphanage she lived in for a while in New Orleans.
Oh, I didn't know.
That
she
is right. I
lived
still have to read Fourth Wing, but I will. I'm not reading Fourth Wing. I know I'm going to skip that one.
I DNF'd it. Not because
I
was
liked
boring.
it. Elaine hated it. It's been a fun little,
Oh.
back and forth in our group.
You didn't like it either?
I did. The
I
second
didn't.
one ticks me off.
That's what I'm saying. I DNF'd it.
So
Because the
Elaine
sex scenes got
almost
repetitive. What?
I know Elaine almost did. She
Oh,
wasn't a fan of it. Me and Noah loved it.
yeah.
I think Noah and Ven are still reading that series. I gave up on
Oh.
the second book. They ticked me off in that one.
I read A Court of Thorns and Roses for the band book club, and I figured one romantasy is the same as another romantasy. I'm just going to stick with one type and just let the others flow on by. Bad never read Anne Rice.
What?
Maybe she should pick up an interview with a vampire just to say she's read it.
Might have to let her in our little, vampire read next month.
I am planning to reread it, but I don't have any room in March to read it because I'm also reading It by Stephen King. So that's at least a solid week, maybe 2 weeks of reading that one book.
A week? It took me the whole month when I read it last year.
Kat,
It's work.
I'm retired. I don't have. I know I said I don't do a lot, but I can still read 1,000 pages a
Right.
week.
That's how we get through books like Middlemarch and
Yeah.
Ed and Brothers K.
That's
I
about
still got
right.
half of that to
Read
read.
about 1,000 pages a week is usually. Now I am going to be reading still In Search of Lost Time and Brothers Karamazov, which will dig into it. So that's why I'm saying 2 weeks. I'll probably get about 800 pages of it done in 1 week, and then fill in the other week with the rest.
Now, you never answered my Voxer question, Greg, about are we going live with like halfway point of Brothers K? Or
Maybe if there's it, we can make a comment in the Boxer group to see if there's interest. I kind of sense there's a chill, that there wasn't a whole lot of interest in doing that.
the Discord group is more active than the Voxer, I think.
Really, I have not even looked at the Discord. The Discord is active. The
Yeah.
Voxer I've not looked at.
Yeah, I don't think Voxer's too active. I'd have to get my other phone way across the room.
People saying hi.
But I'll ask if there's an interest in it.
Your Bad says, I just want to see. Dave is telling me, but I just wanted to see some dragon sex.
Oh, yeah. But it got repetitive for me, Dave. That's why I just got repetitive, all the dragon sex and the descriptions of it. And the, because
So
it's
it
not a
is
closed,
you,
it's
not
not a
all.
closed door. Not a closed door. That's the term I've heard lately. It's open door or closed door romance.
Compared to some other ones I've picked up expecting a plot, Fourth Wing was very tame.
Now,
No plot. Just
I love. Now, watch me knock over everything. Yep. I've read this a couple times, and that has every kind of sex you can imagine. Boy on boy, girl, girl, boy on animal, girl with animal, and boy, but it's a great book. It's African mythology, talk about world building, but I've read all his books. It's really violent too. Well, that's a plus. So,
I guess.
yeah, I like Marlon James.
So Dave just read Assassin's Apprentice. You said you're reading that?
Yeah, I'm reading that currently, Dave.
I've got
How
to
do you
check my
read it?
library for that.
Are you going to read the second and third books, Dave? Now we have to wait for his answer.
Mm-hmm. Jess, I have to go. Nice chatting with you all. Bye, bookworms.
Yes.
Bye, Jess.
Bye.
William's living under a rock when it comes to politics these days. Under the rock right now is just a fine place. Just
As long as you have popcorn.
That's
Well,
why
yeah,
I hide
the
in
problem
books.
is that I live in Washington D. Or very close to Washington D.C. And all these people are getting fired or laid off, and
I was going to ask you, Greg, but I thought it might be too personal. Do you think, like, if Chris was still working, she would have? Well, she could have said like up yours and
well,
took it.
she retired last year, so no, I mean she's not going to be affected, but
But would she have said? Have been
unknown at this point. I don't think they've gone that route
because she's
on her.
she was. She had,
Doesn't matter how high up you are.
Yeah, she had a lot of seniority.
What they're doing is, if you don't know, is when you join the government and get employed, you're put on either a 1 year or 2 year probationary period, which just means that we can let you go for any reason within that period. Because you're a brand new employee, got to make sure you can do the job, that kind of stuff.
But
Once you become an established government employee after the 2 years, it's much harder to let you go.
Right. But the recent firings, like
it's all probationary people.
I understand that, but what I'm trying to say is that, like at the JFK library, they fired the people who ran the like the lobbies and things. So they had to shut it all down until Trump again. It's not the first time he did it. He has to take it back.
Well,
lunacy.
We're getting a little bit on tangent, but okay. Let me back up a little bit. Last week, I went to a book talk in Fredericksburg, Virginia. They brought in an author. He wrote a book called Garfield, which is a biography of President Garfield. And Garfield essentially is known for being assassinated because he got assassinated within his first year of the presidency.
I've heard the story.
So you probably not have heard this part. Is that back then they had this thing known as the patronage system. So if you wanted to rise up in government, you patronize someone up for election. And if that person won the election, they would give you a job in the federal government. Doesn't mean you don't have to be qualified. It's just that if you supported them in their election, you get the job. Garfield was against the patronage system. But when he got nominated to be president, he had to play some politics. And as his vice president, he chose a guy named Chester Arthur. And Chester Arthur was really, really big on the patronage system. That's how he rose up to get what he did. So what happened is Garfield was not handing out jobs to patrons. And there was a patron who wanted a job somewhere, and he was a little unstable. So he thought, if I assassinate Garfield, then Chester Arthur will become president. Chester Arthur supports the patronage system, so he will give me a job. And that's why he assassinated Garfield. Nutsy Fagin.
Sure.
So what happened is when Chester Arthur became president, he was mortified, saying, I'm not supporting it. He said, I can't support this. So he basically eliminated the patronage system and said, you actually have to be qualified for the job that you're applying for. And that's where we are right now. And here's where I'm going to get political. That I think Trump is firing all these employees in the federal government. He's trying to get them, if you don't respond to this email, you resign. And then you're going to have this big deficit of employees. And what is he going to do? He's going to bring back the patronage system. People who supported him and his cronies for offices, you now get their federal jobs. Now, that is not something that's being talked about. That's me interpreting what I learned at this lecture and what Trump is doing, and said, that seems like a very Trumpy thing to do.
I mean, he did already bring in his daughter last time to try to see how many points he had to score to get her behind closed doors with him.
Yeah.
So, not really surprising.
No, so there's my little political tangent. Sorry. Let's get back to talking books and get away from the politics. Yep. I love it when the devil shows up. Even though he torments my poor Ivan. And Ivan is my favorite character in that book. GB. G2G, Chow. I'm missing something.
Got to go.
Look at the cute kitty. I think you're talking to your cat. You had your cat up a little while ago.
Yeah. And then JB decided to be a butt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's where it says JB Love, because Elaine knows your cat's name JB. I know you told me it was JB earlier, and I completely did not.
Yeah, I thought it said JR.
Nope, it's short for James Bond.
Oh, cool.
He has golden eyes.
Hannah, I really love Brothers K. Quite distressing book. Yeah, but Dostoevsky gets this human psychology in a way that few other authors get. And his characters are not necessarily nice people that you'd want to be associate with. You know? So there's Lee. She's finally here. I'm so late with these. Sorry. I'm doing better now with Brothers Karamazov. It was getting through book 5. The cruelty in 5 almost did me in. I'm now in book 8. You're way ahead of me.
I'm on book 7, but
how many books are in that series?
Brothers Karamazov. Really. It's not books. It's like parts in a chapter. In a book. The whole book is like 928 pages, and I think has like 12 books in that, something like that.
Yeah, there's about 10 to 14 books in each, or I mean each thing in each book. Well, there's 12 books in an epilogue. Yep. I don't know. I might like Dimitri the best, the oldest. He reminds me of myself. He's kind of on both ends of a. And
Bad is heading out. Goodbye, Bad.
Hi, Jeff. Talk to you tonight.
Mhm.
I talk to a lot of people on
Very
Fox.
me.
Lisa, there's several more in the series. I think she's talking about these that she sent me, so I gotta pick
The
those
series?
up.
Yeah, I'll probably read that in November, for nonfiction November.
Circe was interesting.
It was.
yeah.
Madeline Miller who wrote Circe.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the first name. I'm like, I know it was Miller.
Yeah,
I was trying to see if I could spy it.
Sure, Achilles, too, right?
that was another book of Greek mythology where she's bringing the women back in to tell their own stories.
Yeah, Achilles too.
Mhm.
Well, no, Achilles, I don't think featured a lot of women in the Song of
But
Achilles.
she wrote it, I'm saying.
She wrote it, but I don't think they featured very heavily.
No, it didn't.
I mean, I read it a long time ago, so I don't remember. Thank you, guys. Would like Helen Oyamani. I've been obsessed with her works.
I've never heard of her.
I've never heard of her either.
I'm going to guess it's something Greek mythology related.
Angela Carter, I have her book on my shelf. Got to get to it.
No idea, but I love retelling.
Yeah, she basically was the Grimm's fairy tales that she retold? Something like that.
Nope, I have not done my cookbook. I've gotten a couple sales on it though. All from BookTube friends.
You do the cookbook?
It's rarely homemade. It's on Amazon. But
okay.
I haven't been able to bake much from it because eggs got too dang expensive to be playing with my recipes again.
Yeah, you're a great baker, right?
Cookies.
Yeah, you bake cookies a lot. Chocolate chip ones.
Oh yeah. Some chocolate chips, some hazelnut. Been doing. It's a lot of various cookies because chocolate chip is classic, but it's also boring. Like I'll do like a double chocolate hazelnut or some amaretto rum balls. Get some really good sugar cookies. If you have to frost it, you didn't put enough flavoring and it's boring. So if it warms up, it'll be smoothie season.
Yeah, baking's science. I mean, I can make peanut butter cookies, but when you get into cakes and all that, and I have a friend who's a good baker.
Oh, cakes, I cheat. I buy a mix and then I tinker with it a little bit. Cookies, I will make from scratch all day long. I refuse to buy those. Like, if I buy cookie dough, it is strictly because I don't feel like mixing it, and I'm going to eat it. It is not allowed.
Eat it raw, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nope. Pre-made cookie dough in my oven.
So Dave says, regarding Greek retellings, what about Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker? Anyone read that one? I have not.
I've never heard of that.
I have her, or the first in her quartet of World War I books, and I need to get to them someday. Then bless him read the next two for me and gave me updates on Onyx Storm. Okay.
Somehow he made it through.
So Diane says, Elaine, I never get a reason to use that emoji again. Oh, the cockroach emoji. Oh, it's a good one for this book. I remember I was emailing Alan about reading this again. I sent him lots of cockroach emojis. Lee, my husband wants to know what kind of thing I'm listening to with dragon sex.
Oh, that.
Just blame Dave and Olive. It's always Olive anyway.
My question would be, when you go said, don't you talk about dragon sex? Just
it's tame for BookTube.
Yeah. I'm going to read the second and third books.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get back with you, Dave, on that tonight.
Yeah, here's Pat saying that he's reading Assassin's Apprentice with you, Alan.
Robin Hobb, yes.
Diane, definitely a cute one. True cockroaches don't come up much in conversation. Well, it depends on where you live. I presume there's some tenements in New York City where you're going cockroach.
Florida, they have flying cockroaches. They call them pimento bugs, they call them, but they're flying cockroaches like this big. Florida all over.
Yeah, Dave said, boy, that was poor planning. We could have all read it together. I have it on my Kindle, but it's just like I said, I'm so jam-packed with books I'm supposed to be reading. It's like I'm already scheduling books to read in 2026. It's like, and I can read like 200 books a year, and I'm going, I'm full.
Yeah, this one's pretty good. You know, it's got a Harry Potter vibe to it, at least at the beginning. But it's already got me, so I'll finish it. I like fantasy sometimes. Not a lot of magic in it.
Harry Potter book.
I think I've only read one or two of those, but
I DNF that series.
Yeah, me too.
What happened was when they were brand new books, like the first 3 came out, I had a book group in person, and we had a couple women who were younger. And they had kids that age. He said, let's go read Harry Potter and see what it's all about.
Yeah, it was cool.
They're quick. We read the 3 books for 1 month. They said, okay. I said, they're fine. They're all right. I didn't jive with them. And then a year later, the 4th book came out. I said, what? You were the right age.
Mm-hmm.
I was probably late 30s or early 40s at the time.
Yeah.
No kids, so no connection. And then they read the 4th book.
The weird part for me was my science teacher got me into it. I'm like, you call me Hermione, we're going to fight. And then I read the books. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but I eventually picked up the 5th book on my own. And I got to like 2/3 and I'm going like, oh no, not the chosen one.
I don't even remember that. I just know I have a scar on my forehead like he does. Yeah, I got mine in Dublin, Ireland when I fell off a stool at Bailey's Farm where they make Bailey's Irish cream. Anyway,
I was waiting for a drunken bar fight with that one. I was in Dublin.
I had fun over there.
When you talk about fantasy tropes and Chosen One, just once, I want to see that trope being used where someone's picked as the Chosen One, and they're like, oh, hail, Chosen One, and they get to near the final book and he dies. But wait a second. He wasn't the Chosen One after all.
I guess
we got to do this ourselves. See, that's what I would have done. At end of book 6 for Rowling, I would have killed Harry Potter and going, you know what, Chosen One? The people making that up were doing drugs.
I'm so out of it. I don't even know like what her scandal was. What was her big scandal? Rowling.
Trans folks got really mad at her. I guess she said some things.
I read some of her comments, and I was looking for something really nasty, and I'm saying from at least the sections I read, she just doesn't agree with it, and that's all that is to it. And maybe I'm missing something, but she just says, "Oh, you know."
I think it started off as fairly like tame and innocuous. Like I remember somebody getting really mad because some interviewer was like, you know, people who get their periods, and she goes, "So you like forgot the term for women?" And there's people in the comments having a hissy fit that, oh, so if you don't get it, you're not a woman. What if you're old? That's not what she said. That's just
right.
If you're never a woman, you like them to have the thing.
And wouldn't change her opinion to fit. I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough about the subject to say how bad she's gotten, but people can't stand her now.
Yeah, no wonder I missed it. But yeah, my thing's about Woody Allen being canceled and that, because I used to really like him. Back in Andy Hall and he's a great writer in my humble opinion. But
so I heard you guys talk about. Elaine says, "Be qualified for the job." That's just crazy talk. It is crazy talk. It's all about who you know and how much you're willing to pay to get that job.
So
yep, that's even small scale. That's how my job works.
I'm pretty sure they have something on Trump, even the Putin thing, or they got something him getting a golden shower or some kind of meaty advice.
You know something, Alan? I used to think that. I don't necessarily believe that anymore. I think Putin did lend Trump some money at one point. But honestly, I just think Trump likes Putin and likes what he stands for and the way that he runs his country. He says, I want to run the United States like
he wants to learn how to be a dictator.
That's what I think it is. I don't think there's any golden shower videos.
They would have came out.
Those are, from Epstein's Island.
Yeah, or something involving that, there's some kind of, or maybe it's my conspiracy brain. I don't know. I just get the feeling something's going to drop soon, or
I can think of something I'd like to drop soon.
What?
What?
I can think of something I'd like to drop soon, but I probably shouldn't say that.
Yeah. E.T. Never mind.
Randy Ray. Hello, Randy. And he said, oh my God, what have I stumbled into?
Another Monday Night Live. Monday Night Live.
Monday night. You never know what chaos is going to hit on this show.
I am here. You know how my things go. I just bring chaos.
Chaos
magnet.
And I don't even have Jenny.
Cobalt or Elaine, be glad you don't have Kat and Jenny filling up the chat.
Oh yeah, where's Jenny?
Catch up.
Supposed to be Buddy
my
reading
twin is
something.
missing.
Family and books. Headed to bed right now. All
nice.
Bye.
Sweet
I don't
dream.
think we've seen family and books here before.
Oh.
I can't remember everyone who's ever showed up, but there's not.
Yeah.
Kaju is here. Hi guys.
Hello.
Diane, I'm gonna grab it. Kat, the cookbook. Hope you have a link on your
I will
YouTube.
have to add that link. I know I did a post with the link from the US Amazon. I'll have to put it actually on my about section.
Sure.
Dave
Teach everyone great cookies.
Hobb is getting increasingly longer in the trilogy. Last one scares me.
How long is it?
Because it's like a coming of age story. It starts out when he's abandoned. He's like 6 years old. But once it grabbed me, I'm like in. But yeah, I can't wait to talk to you about that, Dave.
Elaine, I'm not taking the blame for the smut-letting multi-poo. Yeah, there was some book about a door that she liked. I kind of remember. Libro Paradiso, Pat Barker's World War I trilogy is excellent. I have to get to it someday.
Dave's comment, Greg, reminds me of Pugnats and Against the Day, kind of like a dog character in a book. He's one. I think Vonnegut has one too. I don't know.
William, some of my. Oh, go ahead, Kat.
I was then like, yep, I'm the same as William's friends. I mean to get to the books that people recommend, but then I have to find them and fit them in. Those are two very different tasks. Not always easily accomplished.
I don't even know what books I have on my shelf sometimes. Bad was here earlier saying there's a book on my shelf that she's talking about. I'm going, what book on my shelf? Is it still there? Right there. That's the one that Bad talked about. I can't believe she can read it in my life.
Well, you know how it is. You can kind of recognize books by their spines sometimes.
Some, yes, some.
How many books do you have?
I have 1, 2, 3.
I think he's got about 280.
Well, I have a total of 17 bookshelves of varying sizes. So
I'm gonna go with very large collection.
it is very large. Yes,
I'm sitting at about 600-ish.
That's still very good. I mean, you're talking. You are probably in the top 10% of book owners in the country.
Yeah.
I've also been collecting for like 15 years, so it makes it easier when you have a cheap thrift store.
Mhm.
I missed the $2 bag sales.
Yeah. Well, I miss working in a bookstore too. My locker was
I'd be
full
in
of books. Yeah.
Yep. And Dave says, I really like Silence of the Girls, planning to read the sequel at some point. Elaine, Dave, I laugh every time I think of her video picking up her Garbagus reads. Click, click, click.
Oh, that one was so cute.
Yes. Oh, Luna's Decay of the Angel by Yukio Mishima has a great chosen one twist. Now, the only problem with that is
Yeah, the Angel. I've never read him. I know he's like a.
I've read his book, The Sailor Who Fell from Grace with the Sea. They say this is the Decay of the Angel. It is the fourth in a quartet of books. So I have to get through Spring Snow, Runaway Horses, Temple of the Dawn before I can get to Decay of the Angel.
Boy,
I want to do it. I want to do it. He's a fascinating author.
My ignorance of Japanese authors abounds.
Those last couple make you cry.
Read all the Harry Potter in my 50s. Loved them. The last couple were surprisingly frightening. It was interesting to see how the books grew more mature.
Oh.
They got full on dark. That last one makes you cry every time. Or at least me.
Chosen one says, chosen one. You don't have to be special to embark upon a quest or adventure. Lazy trope.
Bye, Diane.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to get down there. It's like I too like Silence of the Girls. It's good to read with the play Trojan Women. Okay. Cowdrey says Rowling goes out of her way to attack people. I did not know that. Makeup Boy is nothing but Putin's puppet. Big mess. We're all stuck in the middle.
Yeah, tell your hubby he needs to hurry up and win the lottery so I can take your neighbor's place. I'll help you expand your garden.
Yeah,
Alan, may I have a card? I think he's talking about tarot card.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Dave says, I agree with Greg. There may be some scandal, but I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't. Bottom line is autocrats are going to promote the other autocrats. It helps the perception of their own activity.
Yeah, I think they got something on them.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
What's half and half? They got something on him, but also he just really wants some tips on how to be a dictator.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Constance, that 8 of Wands is a fast speed. So I would guess that something's going really fast in your life, or you're in a hurry about something.
Okay. Elaine can also get your cookbook here in Canada. I guess she's asking, can you get your book in Canada?
Oh, I know you can because she has a copy of it.
So never ask a question you don't know the answer to.
No, I'm interested. Can also get your book here in Canada. Okay, she's saying you can get your book here in Canada.
Yeah, there's no question mark on that, is there? No. But I give out free advice all the time, so never ask a question you don't know the answer to.
Dave, Doorsmut, Unhinged. That was actually a good book, and Bad's recommendation. Family and books, all up. I usually lurk. I sprint on Mondays too. It's past 2 a.m. in the UK. Wow, I can't stay up that late.
I did in my 20s. Not in my 30s, though.
That's what time I get up, but I take naps. I stay up all night.
Oh, I love my weekend naps.
I do too. Oh, Lee says, oh heavens, I just looked. I have 1,857 books in my book buddy.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay,
That's
got
like
it, Jet
my
y'all.
Kindle.
Great live fun guest.
Aw,
Diane called
thank
him
you,
a fun guest,
Diane.
Cat.
Thanks, Diane.
Yep, Diane's awesome.
Bye,
She
Diane.
walks into my Friday sprints a lot.
Mhm.
So, Spring Snow and Runaway Horses are great books. The third one is rough. One is rough. Third one is rough, and them Decay of Angels is incredible. Okay, I got to put Mishima back on my list of things to pick up. Take care, Diane. Saying goodbye. LOA, I've been waiting 37 years. You
That's
better win
hard.
soon. Cat, you just want to
37
pet
years
all
of
the
lottery.
critters.
That's only part
Tell
of
me,
it.
Well, I don't know about Canadian lottery, but I know something about the American lottery, and it's something like 400 million to one. You
Yeah,
know,
odds are better playing craps. Place a
yeah,
6
but
and 8 with odds.
you can't win crap with crap. So,
Place a 6 and 8 with odds.
Alan, you're
My
speaking
My
Greek to
mom
me.
used to play it on occasion.
Yeah, man, that's the shite.
I know the way the lottery works in Georgia, at least, is you play the state lottery. It was $1 for a ticket when my mom would do it. Like, either I'm going to win or I'm financing somebody's scholarship. So for
You know what I
$1 on
like about-
Fridays, fingers crossed. We
Well,
know.
the thing
what I
is,
like about gambling in Georgia, because I lived there for over a year and then I went back. You can gamble, play like they have video poker in like gas stations and that, you know. But when you win, you don't get cash. You get your cash value in the store. In Moultrie, Georgia, that's how it was.
Not
true?
if you play the Georgia Lotto or the Scratch.
Talking about paper and
I
that,
never-
I understand, but it's all under the lotto. But it's like gambling. You play poker and win a lot. In Portland, it's for real money, you know. Yes, it's real, but it's just like for groceries and cigarettes and beer, whatever's in the store. Can't buy no books in the store, you know.
Oh no, I wasn't really old enough to legally gamble when I left.
Oh, so you're not paying attention. That's probably good.
I was there for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoy it. I haven't gambled this year yet, but they're not as young.
well, Libro says, been watching movies. Safe with Julianne Moore was good. She is
Man,
almost in every scene. The Ballad of Jack and Rose with Daniel Day-Lewis, directed by Rebecca Miller, was also good.
Okay, I got to write these down. I love Julianne Mill's face.
Schrader's film Mishima is good to see.
Ah,
Well, we're caught up with comments, so let's talk about maybe some future YouTube events we're all participating in. Kat, are you planning to participate in anything interesting?
Oh, me and Elaine are starting a read through of all of the Vampire Chronicles next month. And I might have to see if I can get Adriana to read Rollins with me because she got her copy today too. So
That's
I've never
cool.
actually done a proper buddy read. I tried to do one with it and it didn't go too well. So it's going to be interesting.
Buddy reads, I mean,
It's
the
about
thing
all
is, that you don't always read at the same pace, so it's
yeah.
kind of
But it's going to be like, hey, you just read this. What did you think of this scene when you get to it? Especially since, well, Vampire Chronicles is a reread for both of us. It's just been a really long time.
how
So I've been
how
reading-
quickly are you
Anne
going
Rice
through
was
those
my
books?
first vampire.
How quickly are you going through those books?
Just one a month, so we have time to mix in like other newbie books and whatnot.
That's good
No,
pace.
stress about it.
Good pace. Well, I like Julianne Moore a lot, so I wrote down that movie Safe. I need to watch that. I love Daniel Day-Lewis. I remember his first movie, My Left Foot. So the Ballad of Jack and Rose. So thanks for the Rex.
Yeah.
Is that Titanic related? Because that's the only thing that's coming to my mind is Jack and Rose from the movie.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I never heard of it before.
IDK on that.
I don't think Daniel Day-Lewis was in Titanic, though.
No, but he could be like replaying an old Jack, pretending that he got to live or something.
Exactly.
So no other plans, Kat? Just those?
Nope. I'm very chill with it. I don't get into too many events because then I just stress out of, I need to find something to fit this or that. So I'm just kind of like, I'm a mood reader. That's why I always have something on my Kindle going and a physical book, and they're always very different genres. Just go, I might want this, I might want that, and see what I want to snatch up.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I mean, I have so many events I participate in. That's why I say I'm scheduling books out to 2026. And
oh no, I can't plan that far ahead to save my life.
I like events because I try to do one event a month, and then I'm trying to read one new release, or at least new to me, like within the last 5 years. But I always have so many books. I'm a mood reader too, but just I have so many books. Then I do audio books a lot, and on Audible, and I do some Kindle when I'm on the train or bus.
I wish I could do audio.
I can't do audio when I'm on the bus. For some reason, I can't concentrate, but I can listen and then like do drawing or art or watch a basketball game on mute. Like I said, I never really watch things on TV. Just sitting there looking, watching the TV, always doing some other.
Now you see, Alan, when I was commuting to Seattle, when I lived in Washington, audiobooks were great. You just get on the train, stick on.
Yeah. I guess what I mean is I can do it on a train. On the bus, it's too noisy. So I can do it on a train ride like you're talking about. Yeah, that'd be relaxing. That bus ride,
my mind just wanders.
You what?
My mind wanders when I try to do audio. Well, I have to be actually reading it to keep my mind engaged. Otherwise, I'm like, wait, that guy's dead? Weren't they just... Oh, crap, I zoned out for a half hour.
Well, Kat, sometimes we read along with the audio. Like I don't know what Greg does. Mine's 1.5 speed. His is probably 2.
No, 1.5. It depends on the narrator.
Yeah.
The previous audiobook I was listening to, I could do like 1.75.
Oh, was that Against the Day?
No, that was part of it was this book I was reading and listening, so that helped me speed up.
Right.
But the current book I'm listening to is like I got to go down to 1.4 because just the way the narrator speaks.
Yeah.
Some narrators have a very slow pace, and you can speed it up. Now, Kat, here's my suggestion: is that you have to learn to listen to an audiobook. Like everyone says, is that you can't pay attention. It's a skill that you pick up. It's just like learning to type or shorthand. It's just, you have to practice at it. I mean, I picked it up really quickly because I was in a situation where I got a new job, and the job was an hour and a half away by car.
Oh, geez.
And so an hour and a half of radio, and this is back in the days when you had no iPods, you had cassette tapes and radio. So I couldn't listen to music because I got real bored with the radio after like 20 minutes. So that's when I started to learn how to listen to audiobooks. And what I did is when I first started, I only listened to books that I had read before. So I knew the story, knew it was coming.
Right.
And then once your brain's trained to listen to it,
exactly,
then you can go to a book that you've never read before, an author totally new to you.
Or mine is you have to, like in the beginning of the book, just really pay really close, not really, but you have to pay attention. But after you get into the story, a lot easier, you know.
So, Kat, here's my suggestion. You have like an iPhone or something like that, I presume. iPhone, Android.
Yeah.
And do you have a Libby app?
Oh,
I do. That's how I got a Para, actually.
Okay, cool.
You probably read it. So depending on your library, they have audiobooks. Pick one of your favorite books of all time. I mean, what doesn't matter what it is, and search for the audiobook version at your library. And then download it. And then listen to it. Because you're gonna be more eager to go revisit one of your favorite books. And that will help train you to listen. And then whenever you're driving somewhere and you get all that time, then you can plug it in and it's something new, and all of a sudden you get more reading done.
I wish I could pull that at work. It's too loud to hear anything at work. Like, I can if nobody's paying attention. I sneak and read a couple pages on my phone.
Yeah.
So I get most of my ebooks done. Well, I've done my job, his job, and her job. And I still got 4 pages in.
Yeah. See, when I work in the summers, I do security, and you'd think that'd be a cool job to have. No, they got like the supervisors walking around. You can't do the earbud thing. Kind of sucks because it'd be a good job to do it at. Sometimes I do soccer games at the big stadium down here, and they have me inside, way up in stadiums, just standing and watching, making sure nobody's like has their own beer or anything. So why can't I listen to audio? You know? No. Anyway,
It's like you'll get too into the story and like not pay attention or something.
Yeah.
you're just being, I fight authority. Oh, but sometimes I sneak because it's not like I care about the job or anything. So sometimes I sneak, but they walk around and start walking up, and what am I going to do? Go,
Yep. So Dave reminds people
Well, I'm here.
Smash the like button. That'd be great if you could. Elaine likes Buddy Reads. She did one with Dave first.
yeah.
William invited people to Buddy read a book from his hall. No one took me up on the invitation. Don't worry about it. I've mentioned in many videos, I'm going to read this. Join me if you want to. Sometimes people join. More than half the time, no one takes me up on the offer, and that's it. You offered, and no takers. Kat, if you like retellings, try Natalie Haynes' Flipping Fabulous.
Oh,
I've heard the name. I've been trying to get some of hers through my library.
And the title is on the tip of my tongue. I think she does like the retellings of the Greek and Roman stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, William only participated in Garbagast.
Oh, I love MJ's videos for those every year. The Garbastina freaking cracks me up.
Yeah, she's funny.
Now, the funny thing is whenever I do a Garbagast video, I tend to lose subscribers.
Oh,
I lose them all the time.
It's just, sometimes I do a video about a real book. He's a serious people talking about serious books. Like, what do you mean you're talking about Nick Carter, the spy? It's like, nah, who cares? Don't worry about it.
It's called being, a little bit of everything. Have interesting, different genres.
Mm-hmm.
You can't please all the people.
You can't.
You can tick them all off, though. I'm good at that. It's fine.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
He does audio in the
only
car.
fool them some of the time.
He does
some
audio.
Some of them are just fools anyway.
It's foolish.
Sorry,
I post videos on my pups twice a week. I have had people talk junk and dislike little shorts of Oscar. What kind of sociopath are you that you don't like puppies? I'm okay.
How do you even know if I've asked Greg this? I don't even know if people dislike my only like. I can't see dislikes.
Yes, you can.
Mhm.
I
Just go to your screen. You see a number of dislikes. It gives you a percentage.
never see them. I swear to God.
Yeah, it's
Check it,
easy.
pull up.
I mean, I don't care if because I've heard from MJ likes count or dislikes count.
I think MJ's right. Is like what YouTube is looking for is interaction.
Right.
Yep.
Here, I'll show
Like
you.
mine, it mostly if I go under like a playlist, it'll show me what people liked versus dislikes. Like my actual videos, it won't do it, but it'll show it under like the playlist. It's really weird, but I
Right,
found it a
let's see,
couple times.
Like there's no even dislike on here to see. There's no.
Hold on, Alan. I'm gonna hold you up a phone. No, you may not actually be able to see it on a phone. Okay, this is what Alan's talking about.
Yep.
Is that you?
That's you. I don't know if y'all can see it, but yeah, you can see the thumbs up. On the studios. Yeah.
No, on
what's
my
weird is it won't show it under content. It only does it when I go into like the playlists.
Oh, let me try that.
Normally, you see it when you look on your computer screen. And it's the full web page.
Okay, I'll go there.
And you can see your percentage of dislikes. So,
yeah, even on my YouTube or my studio, it doesn't have the dislikes.
Yep. Go into your contents. It's weird. Like on my individual videos, it won't show it. But if I go into the studios and click on my playlists, it'll show me every video on there, like, dislike, and everything that way. There's one I'm like, I got 12 dislikes on a puppy video. Those are some very unhappy people.
I get some very unusual dislikes on videos, and I'm trying to think, what did I say in that video that made someone dislike it? I kind of have a theory, is that sometimes you're scrolling through and your finger hits the dislike button by mistake, and you just unclick it saying I didn't dislike it. But maybe YouTube registers that as a dislike, even though you undid it. I have no idea if that's true or not. Or
maybe, but I've also had unsubscribes on puppy and belly dance videos. Like, y'all being real picky right now.
That's a puppy.
You're lost. Y'all are just boring.
Yeah, sure.
Put something up on a cat, and I'm going like
who doesn't like puppies and kitties and bunnies and whatnot?
Well, I have to say, there are some people who do not like puppies and kitties in this world, and they're very mean-spirited people that you don't want them watching your video because they don't like puppies and kitties.
Go find a clip. If you don't like puppies and kitties, you need to be on a list.
People used to push my button, and then I got a smaller button, so I don't really care. I don't like. I think other people's opinion of me is none of my business. But I still get paranoid sometimes. Greg knows.
Yeah, it's really now. Like with the video, I read reviewing books, and the book I was talking about was something about what was her name? She's a very popular science fiction author. Long Trip to a Small Angry Planet, something like that. By
Le Guin?
What?
Le Guin?
No, it's not Le Guin. She's a current. She writes in the genre of hope punk or solar punk.
Oh,
very, very optimistic view of science fiction.
Oh, I see.
And I said I read it, and I said it was fine. And she's really beloved by some readers. And they said, "Oh, you thought it was fine? Unsubscribe.
How dare you?
How dare you say she wasn't great?" Who knows? Now,
I would have said, "Take it out."
All mad.
Yeah.
Now, I have been doing a series of Kindle videos, and I know I'm getting a lot of dislikes on them, but I understand because I'm disagreeing with someone. Privately held, strong belief about something. And
I can kind of get that with my. I see. This is true about me getting a smaller button. People who dislike Ulysses, I'd get really like offended. this is not that long ago. I've only been on for 7 years, but yeah. Or somebody would say, first thing out of their mouth, Ulysses takes place in 24 hours. I go, no, it doesn't. It takes 18. And that kind of thing. Just
Yeah.
a little too much, huh?
I have a similar problem with Cat, so I pick books with prose that lends itself to being listened to. I have picked up some books that just don't do well as audio. Some do really fantastic as audio, but
and some I have to read along with the book, like Against the Day, like Borges. If I can't just listen to audio with that. I just talk for myself.
He can't speed up with audiobooks. Okay. I mean, that's everyone's different. So Libro says Jack and Rose is about a father and daughter living in an abandoned commune. Trouble ensues when the father invites a woman and her family to live with them. Miller, director, was Arthur M.'s daughter.
Wonder if it takes place in Ireland.
I don't know.
We'll have to wait and see.
Here's someone, I agree, learning to listen to audiobooks is a thing. Oh, agree, Greg. It took me a while to learn how to listen to audiobooks. So there you go, Kat. 2 other people agree with me that just pick up a skill. Cobalt, I can only do audio at 2 or 2.5. Otherwise, that's chipmunk speed.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm picturing at that.
What?
Like, then I'm just wanting to do the Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Julianne Moore in Safe was allergic to her environment. She descends into herself, directed by Todd Haynes, who made Velvet Goldmine and Far From Heaven, another Moore movie. Hello, I'm laughing mightily out loud. I got dislikes on my not taking down my channel video.
Well, those people just suck.
Yeah, well, it's the internet. You never know what you're going to find. I did hear from a friend who has a cooking channel that dislikes count same as likes. For the algorithm, I think she's talking about. Just like, as long as people are interacting, it's fine. You find the dislikes in your studio. Dave says maybe no one ever dislikes Alan's videos. Ever think of that?
That can't be right. No,
I'll probably some of his guitar videos.
That's true. I'll probably find it and go, God, I got like 120 on that dislikes. I'll say right now, every video I watch, I like just automatically. I mean, it doesn't cost me anything.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing that for years. Oh, and hey,
you open it up, you hit the like button.
Yeah, a thing about audiobooks just dawned on me. Like, there's a difference to me about reading like fiction audiobook or like say the Great Courses audiobook. Great Courses is a lot easier to just listen to and do the dishes and make the bed if I did that. But anyhow.
Yeah. Willem got a thumbs down on his little free library short.
I get a lot of views on mine for a little. Patricia,
just like Alan, crazy bananas.
Yeah,
maybe a mistake. I don't know.
We're talking over each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Becky Chambers, Dave. Thank you. That's the one. Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. That's the book. Stirred my mind. I guess that's why I got the dislike, is because I didn't love Becky Chambers.
Didn't change your life?
No. Constance says, I take it personally if someone DNS and otherwise dismisses my favorite book. What? I love the videos that people review 1-star reviews on like Amazon or Goodreads. You're going through their favorite book and going through all the 1-star reviews and going like,
yeah.
The favorites are very, very personal. Oh no, man. What you think?
You getting hungry, little man?
Yeah, well, we've been here an hour and a half, so I think it's about time to wrap it up. let's go through some
Yeah, he's
final.
like, I'm in between dinners. Hi, Mama.
Huh? Yeah, boy, I wish I had a pet, but everybody knows that. I talk about it all the time. Need to get a goldfish or something. Someone I can talk to.
He's my pampered baby. He'll deny it because I occasionally like give him a bath or shake his paw, but he's a pampered baby. He gets hand fed while tucked in and resting his elbows on throw pillows on the couch.
Yes,
But he also snuggles with me.
So William says he was worried about not taking a book because he wanted to take a book, nothing to replace it. Here's the thing, William. If you see a little free library, you see a book you want, just take it. And some other day, some other library, just put a book in there.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is going to a little free library. I'm probably not going to take something because I've taken books before and someone will get this and hopefully someone will like it.
Yeah. I always tell the story about I got this in a little free
That's
library.
a great find, Alan.
I know. Gilded Edges. But I was with Patricia H. when she comes down to visit from up north, Washington. But we hit a couple little free libraries because it's kind of fun. I mean, they have apps for that here in Portland. Apps to show you all the little free libraries around.
So Dave says, for the record, I read 2 Chambers books. I also thought they were just decent. Well, thank you, Dave.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Yes,
you got a super sticker, $3 on my video. Thank you so much. Yay.
Oh, wow.
I appreciate that we have people.
Well, you have to split that with me.
I'll send you something in the mail, Alan.
I know. Now, Greg, you should have said, how dare you on that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Alan got a bookmark from me, so I said something. And I guess, Kat, maybe someday I'll send you a book in the mail if you need something from my channel.
Yeah, send it to Kat. You send me stuff all the time.
I think you've read this one, haven't you?
Kat?
No, I don't think Libby had that one.
You want this copy?
It'd be kind of fun to try it.
Okay, well, in the email, send me your address, and I'll pop it in for you.
Well, thank you.
Awesome live as always. Thank you.
Yeah.
Lane, I will be giving out the author a miss. I think. Sorry. I've lost track of which author. Maybe in the Hadley Hayes. No,
I think that was
Constance said there was one book we didn't like. ACOTAR. Constance, did you read ACOTAR?
Oh.
Yeah. You can pass on her, Sarah J. Maas.
I can't wait to see that next book murder, video from Elaine. I think there's gonna be some ACOTAR in that one.
It's been fun. Take care, all. Big hugs to the kids, Cat. Yeah, give the kitties a whatever little cat treats you hand to say you deserve it.
Eat them. Actually, he acts like it's abuse if you try to give him anything but kibble. But if he's already bitten it once, he will not touch it again. Like, we have to sort through his food bowl because it has to be mounted over the top with unbitten kibble. That's his one diva move.
I wish I had, but she's talking about Sarah J. Maas and people saying goodbye. That's you saying goodbye to Constance. Okay. I had so much fun, Kat. Thank you.
Yeah,
showing up. And
Thank
Alan,
y'all for having me.
They're always showing up. So
yeah,
great to have you both on. And for everyone in the live, I hope you come back for who's our guest next week, Alan? I haven't looked.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Hold on, before we give people
look at this nice clean list we have so far. Angelia. All clean.
All right. I gotta make sure I talk to Angelia tomorrow and remind her about next week's show. Okay, everyone.
This is how the list ends up looking. Like for a month. It'll start off like this and then end up like that. All kinds of changes. So if anybody wants to be on the live show, let us know.
Yeah. We're booked out to like April?
No, till May. May. The first one is Bad in May, but Angelia, then Hannah, then Pat on St. Patty's Day.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
All right. Everyone, thanks so much for showing. And catch y'all later. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.